here's the thing. I think something's going to, like, it's not a one size fits all. I think for some athletes, a training camp's great for them. I think for other athletes, it might take them further away from it. But you don't know unless you try. And that's kind of where I was. It was, okay, well, Tia won the game 6 times. Shane has an incredible resume. I want to put myself in an environment with people that have done it before, and that I wanted to explore something new. What I've grown up with in the sport is being in 4 walls with my brothers and just beating our heads against the wall and absolutely just pushing the limits every single day, and pushing each other. And, we have the ability to call each other out and really go at each other and it be healthy. And, we could say one thing and forgive each other in the next minute. To now you go into a training environment with multiple games athletes, males and females, that it's just different. It's different.
Was there a point that you knew it wasn't for you before the end of the season?
I think it's very easy to get lost because as an athlete and when you have a coach, you trust the process that you're going, that, the only thing that I was thinking about was show up at the day, rest, be healthy, eat, fuel, train hard, and go home and repeat. That, I'm not thinking about programming. I'm not thinking about, what's tomorrow or, how this workout went. I give my faith whenever I work with a coach to that coach that, they're overseeing everything and they make sure that you're on the trajectory of where you need to go. Now I think this is where I think every athlete becomes different. I've grown up in the sport since I was 12. I've coached classes when I was 15, 16 years old, that I've programmed for the last 7, 8 years. I've went to the games 2 years and programmed for myself. And I think the best year I took when I was maybe 22, 23, I took 9th programming for myself. That I know how to coach. I know how to program. I know what my benchmarks need to be in order to go into a competition with confidence. That, whenever I start to work with a coach, I kind of let all of that stuff go, because it was new for me. And I think
so. What's Facundo's role then, if you're going to do the programming?
Well, it's not an in-person coach, so he's going to do the programming. He's going to oversee, hey, this is where your times are. This is where we need to be, and really oversee that stuff. But I think the one thing that I enjoy is that distance, where, I'm in a gym by myself. It's kind of like I'm chasing ghosts. I don't know where anyone is at. I don't know how hard they're working. All I know is I need to work harder. And, whether that's me going to the games and taking 40th, or whether that's me going to the games taking first, it's me versus myself every single day in the gym, not me versus, 5, 6, 7, 8 training partners where, you're constantly, trying to win and trying to gain that confidence through beating your training partners. I think there's a time and a place for that, but I think to do that through an entire year, I don't think that's sustainable mentally for an athlete.
Were there any other men in the training camp?
Yeah, I mean, there was multiple people. So we had Will Morad, Luis, Oscar Mora.
Right.
Cole Grishbauer came through there for a little bit.
Not Tia. The one year you were there was the year Tia took off, right?
No. So, yeah, I've been there with 2 years.
Okay,
so
2 years. Okay.
First year was the year I ended up winning the Open, my semifinals. So everything was looking solid. Very happy. And then obviously I went through this year and, I ended up getting hurt. So it was one extreme to another.
Okay. And go ahead, Pedro.
So Saxon, I'm the oldest of 3 brothers. So I recognize with you and your brother's situation. And I've always thought that we were all 3 best when we were together. And so I wonder why, forgive me if I'm pushing too far, but I always wondered why you wouldn't go back home. Because I'd imagine you probably feel the same way.
Absolutely. I think I want to explore everything. I want to know, Scott came through the sport. I watched everything that he's done to train. I know his work ethic. I know the work ethic you need to go to the games 9, 10 times. That's not something that I'm missing. What I'm looking for is those missing puzzle pieces that are going to take me to the top.